Hi, I'm Kathleen MacIntosh. I'm in my 4th out of 5 years at Rowan University. I'm studying to become a high school math teacher. I recently switched my sophomore year. I went to Stevens Institute of Technology for civil engineering, and I loved the atmosphere there. I love mathematics. I have got such a passion for it, but I realized that I couldn't fight the passion of teaching, regardless of how great a career engineering is. I'm so much happier now that I've realized that teaching is my passion. And so I'm at the stage where I just recently switched and realized that this is definitely what I want to do. I'm living at home with my parents and my little sister who's 5. And it's nice to be back home, even though, of course, I miss the college atmosphere. I'm really excited to have this opportunity as an aspiring teacher. I'm going to be student teaching next spring, and then I'll be graduating in May. And this seems like the perfect time for something like this for me. The reason that I really decided to switch from Stevens to Rowan was I got a work study position, and Stevens offered community service work study, which was an awesome opportunity for me. I jumped right on it because I love any chance I can get to do community service. And one of the work study community service positions was to work for homework help at a charter school in town. Stevens is in Hoboken, so we went to Elysian Charter School in Hoboken, and I fell in love with the students. It was a middle school. It was a very different atmosphere than what I was used to. All of the students called the teachers by their first names. There were small class sizes, and I realized doing that how much I really wanted to be in a school. And I still was a little uneasy about it. I had always wanted to be an engineer. My grandfather was an engineer, and there was no doubt in my mind when I applied to colleges that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do infrastructure, work with bridges. And I got a private tutoring job from one of my students at Homework Help, and I realized how I had a knack for that. That's it was a break in my day. I would go to class and I was struggling, and I just felt like I didn't fit quite right. And then I would go and I would tutor even for the 2 or 3 hours a week. And I tutored a young boy who was in 8th grade and also his sister who was in high school, both math and science. Um, and having that job was the best opportunity I could have asked for because it really made me find my passion in life. I'm so grateful to have that experience and to have been in such a great school as my first experience being in a school on the other side teaching. Um, I also realized when I got home I was still a little uneasy, and Rowan has a great engineering program, so I figured if I did made the wrong choice, I could still go back. And I now am a homebound tutor for students who are out of school, and I am in my glory. I realize that this is definitely for me. I also help out with my old marching band and interacting with the high school students, and I know especially now because I'm at this age, I feel like I really connect with them. Just to have a student open up to me and know that I'm making a difference and I'm helping them, especially with my homebound students, because they're out for all kinds of different reasons. Sometimes depression, sometimes they've got a concussion, they broke something, they have a disease. Any reason that they're out, I want to try my hardest to help them. And I think that it's helping me realize what teaching's all about, and really made me know that what I'm doing is what I should be doing. Um, some of my strengths, I would like to consider myself already a good teacher. I'm always trying my hardest. I think personally one of my strengths is that I've always been a leader. Since high school I led clubs, I organized everything. Um, my organizational skills are pretty on par, I would say. I can call people, I can put things together. Um, that can also be seen as a weakness. I do tend to take over. I feel like I know when to compromise and when to let other people have input as well, and I think that that will really play out on this trip. I think that people tend to see me as a leader, but also respect me because I care about their input. and I think that's what makes me a good leader. And I don't intend on being the leader of the road trip by any means, but I think that it would definitely help me and the other people that I'm going with to have somebody who can step up and who's willing to take charge and make the decisions. I think I would fit well with that. My to the one person I would like to interview would be Robert Marzano. I know that that's really he's influenced most in New Jersey schools, but that's where I want to teach, and that is I would love to pick his brain about his evaluation platform and all of the changes that are going on. I know that there's plenty of other platforms available to New Jersey schools. Particularly Marzano hits home for me because my mom works at Kingsway Regional School District, and they're implementing Marzano right now. They're all Danielson. Other platforms are similar. I know Marzano's done a lot of research and collecting data, and I would like to pick his brain about that. 3 questions I would ask are, why should schools implement your evaluation system rather than the other ones like Danielson? And I know that he based most of his evaluation platform off of the research that he did. I'd really like to ask him specifics about that research, what kind of research he did, in what types of schools, and one question I'd really like to know is if there's any research that surprised him a lot, something that he wasn't expecting at all, and what he did about that in his platform. Did he make for a specific case an out of the normal situation? And then, do I think that New Jersey schools are implementing his program the way he expected? Are they anticipating, or are they performing what you anticipated, or is your platform kind of being taken and adjusted, and now the teachers are having a hard time because they're not sure what's going on? I think that these questions are important, especially for New Jersey schools, but everywhere. All of the changes are hard to hard to come and see as a teacher. I know teachers are having a lot of issues with it, and I just like to pick his brain to see what that's about. This road trip is so important to me. I think this is the best time I could possibly have to do an experience like this. This is going to be my last summer before I'm teaching, before I'm student teaching, and I have always been so interested in the changes, and education is always evolving, and I don't think teachers realize that enough. All of the professional development hours that they should put in, and all of the seminars that there are, and teaching to the 21st century, knowing how to use technology and not overuse it, are all so important, and I would love to see how the nation's doing it instead of just New Jersey, because I'm so focused on one area, and I know that schools do things so differently throughout the country, and just in our country, not even in the world, we don't have a specific standard of exact education. I would like to just see how other people do it. And lastly, the person who influenced me the most as a teacher was my high school math teacher, Miss Sal, and I have to say, I honestly aspire to pretty much be her. She is an amazing woman. She was my teacher for 3 out of 4 years in high school, and she just really related to the students. And she didn't demand respect, she earned it. And she was also my a club advisor for Key Club, and I was the president, treasurer, class leader, and the two of us really, she made such a huge impact on my life, and I would love to teach and to connect with my students the way she connected with me and gave me that experience. So thank you so much for listening, and I really look forward to hearing back.